Welcome, welcome. This is David Parra with AARP Arizona. We have our good friend Gina Roberts. All right, let's get started. Now, in the 2020 elections, and I'm sure before, but it seems like it was more pronounced in the 2020 elections. There was a lot of misinformation and disinformation. You have a slide here. Can you review it for us? What are the takeaways?
Sure, David. So again, we're talking about kind of what's new with voting and what we've seen from the 2020 election cycle, and it is still occurring, is unfortunately there is misinformation, disinformation out there. And this slide is just to remind viewers about what those terms mean. So misinformation, it is information that is false, but it is out there whether or not there is the intent to mislead. So maybe somebody is just incorrect about the
Mm,
information that they believe to be true about the election. Now, disinformation, that is where we have the deliberate intent to
mm.
mislead voters, to put out false information deliberately. And so, we still unfortunately see some of that information occurring. That's why it's so important, David, that voters have trusted sources to go to for their official election information. And you'll see one of the terms I have here is media literacy.
Mm,
Media
right.
important for voters right now because as a voter, you have to decide, is the information that's being presented to you, do you trust it? Do you believe it is factual? Do you see that it is trustworthy? Is it coming from a credible source? And so, as voters, not only do we have to educate ourselves about the process and the logistics of voting, but we now have to use our media literacy skills, and we
Mm,
have to decide, is the information that we're receiving or being presented with, is it trustworthy, is it
mhm.
accurate, is it official? And so the best advice that I can give to voters is go to the source, and the source is going to be your county recorder, your county elections office, clean elections, the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Those are your sources for official, accurate, nonpartisan voting information.
Great, great. Now, within the Arizona clean elections, are you like monitoring this misinformation and disinformation to kind of clarify some things, or only if they make a request?
We do stay on top of things at Clean Elections along with our county partners. So if
Okay.
we see something that we know is misinformation or disinformation, let's say on social media, we are working with our social media partners to flag that information as misinformation and potentially get those posts removed. If it's disinformation, we don't want false information out there for voters that could potentially impact their ability to vote. So we are working with our partners as best as we can. And then again, if we see more information coming out that is misinformation or disinformation, let's say regarding early voting,
Hmm.
we are producing information at Clean Elections to help educate voters about the real process of early voting, the facts and information that they need. So it is tough right now, I would say, for election officials to combat misinformation and disinformation. And so, again, that best advice is for voters. We would not want you to get incorrect information that could potentially jeopardize your ability to vote. So, the best thing you can do, go directly to your official sources.
Can you name them again? I think you mentioned three, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so it's going to be your county recorder's office, your county elections office, and the Secretary of State's office, and of course, clean elections. Those are the best places to go to in Arizona because these are the entities who are actually conducting the election. So that's where you should go to get your official election information.
Great information, Gina. Thank you so much.
Thank you.